What the freak is up, my curious souls? My name is Tiana Hallams, and I am the proud founder of the Fearless Fulfillment Podcast. I'm a passionate enthusiast of life, and my main goal is to live and help others live their most aligned and fulfilled lives. Everyone needs a personal hype woman that's brutally honest and pushes you to be your best. And that's me, mofos. I don't care if you're a woman, man, cat, dog, fish. You deserve to live a life that you design. In this podcast, I help you to take control of your life. I use profanity. I push you to challenge what you've always known. And my hope is that we can evolve and grow together. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Aloha, and welcome to another episode of the Fearless Fulfillment Podcast, folks. And oh my God, I am so freaking excited to talk about this podcast episode today. You have no idea. And obviously, you can read. All right, we're going to be talking all about why we care what other people think of us. We're going to learn all about that today. And I know this is like one of my favorite topics of all time, is figuring out why we care about this and figuring out how we can limit this, okay, in our lives. Anyone that knows me personally knows that I preach this, I do this, like I make sure that other people do this. I make sure that other people catch themselves when they realize that they're thinking too much about what someone cares about them. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And I just want to let you know this is probably going to be a little bit longer of an episode. You probably are seeing the length on whatever podcast streaming site that you're on or on YouTube. But it's going to be so worth it because we're going to unpack so many fucking layers. So many layers. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to say about caring about what other people think is that what other people think of us is none of our business. It's none. It's a total of zero amount of our business as to what someone thinks about us. Okay? And there's that saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I totally get when people are like, oh my gosh, that saying is weird because words can hurt. And they can, duh, obviously. Words can really freaking cut deep. But here's the freaking kicker, guys. If you don't matter to me, why do I give a shit about your opinion? Why do I care about XYZ people, high school classmates, like who didn't like me, whatever, talking shit still on their mind, or like college people? Why do I care if I don't care about that person? Why do I care what strangers think of me? Why? The answer is that we shouldn't. We literally should not care about that. And if you don't matter to me in terms of like, I don't know who you are, or we barely interacted and you don't like me, why do I give a shit about the opinion? And I want to let you all know this right now. Take this as truth because it is. Truth with a capital T, okay? This is truth, all right? No one can hurt you unless you give them the power to hurt you. You give them that, okay? I'm going to say it again because you need to get this through your thick skull. Sorry, guys, you don't really have thick skulls, but you know, if this is something that a lot of people have been telling you and you haven't heard it the right way until now, please take this deeply into your soul, okay? No one can hurt you unless you give them the power to hurt you. We are powerful beings, okay? We are so fucking limitless and cool, and we're awesome. Human beings are incredible. Honestly, every living being on this earth is amazing, but we rock when we really truly believe that we are. We have so much power inside of us, and power can be described as love. Okay, so let's say I love someone. So now I care about their opinion of me, right? Because it's not some stranger, it's not some random ass classmate, it's not some random person from college that I don't really ever talk to anymore. This is now someone that I love. Their opinion of you still really shouldn't even cut that deep, because as I've always said in every single one of my podcast episodes, your life is meant to be lived by you and you alone. And as long as you're operating from a freaking what? A place of integrity and love and light. And yes, you're gonna fuck up every once in a while. Duh, it's called life. Honestly, if you don't mess up sometimes, I don't trust you. You are officially a serial killer. Get the hell away from me. Everyone's gonna mess up. You're gonna sometimes let some people down or whatever. That just happens. But as long as you're trying your best, that literally does not matter. You have so much power inside of you until you give it away. A big issue right now is honestly people using social media to find value in themselves. And the X amount of likes that they get, if they get over 1,000 likes or over 1,000 followers or what have you, that is where they place their value in the opinion of other people. Regardless of how many people are in their corner in real life, they place their value in social freaking media. If they don't get the amount of likes that they wanted, if they don't get the amount of comments that they set out to get, they are now disappointed in themselves, and now they are only seeing value in themselves if they are reaching those goals that literally no one gives a shit about. Nowadays, honestly, I just go on social media to 1, spread positivity, 2, talk about my business, 3, to freaking comment on my friends' stuff and hype them up, and 4, really to just keep tabs on the people that I care about. That's social media for me, and reaching as many people that I can, just to once again spread light and spread love. That's what I care about. But once we start to put too much value on outside sources, I talked about this in a few other episodes. Once we start to put too much value on external sources, external people, external whatever, that is when we run into trouble, because now we have released our power. We've given our power away to someone else to tell us how valuable we are, when we should know that we're the shit already. We should know that. We should know that so deeply and so spiritually that it literally just fucking hurts. Obviously, we don't want to be in pain, but you get it. It needs to be such an intense feeling of, I am awesome. I can do hard things. I can do this. My value comes from in here, not external sources. So in relation to that, that is why, sorry, this is gonna sound really mean to those of you who really like fighting and like throwing hands and shit like that. This is gonna sound mean. Honestly, whatever. This is my personal opinion about like fighting, like actual like fist fighting. I can't even think of a scenario in which I would want to fight someone via my fists, via kicking them in the head. I just as a being don't really get like super heated a lot. The only way that I would get heated is through passion. Like I would get super passionate, but I don't really get angry that much. And that's because I took the power back. Let me explain. The reason why I don't get angry enough to throw hands with someone is because if they suck, they're not worth my time. And let's say perfect case scenario, they're talking shit or something, I don't know, gossiping, whatever, doing some other stuff on their free time, some other BS. I'm never gonna go out of my way and try to physically fight someone. For what? What are we doing? What a waste of time. And then after that, let's say I win the fight, I'll probably freaking get in trouble for being in a fight through my job or through something else, or that it may or may not get on my record. Like someone could just be a little bee and snitch or whatever. And then now I have to deal with the repercussions of that because of just what they said and what they do. Once again, folks, like how I censored myself for no reason there. Once again, if they don't matter to me in my life, I don't care. Say whatever you want to say, because at the end of the day, you're saying it off in the distance. Like, I don't even know what you're saying. You think I can keep tabs on everyone on this earth and what they say, what they think, how they like operate, what they think of me? No, nobody has time for that. Okay? And so that's why I feel like when you start to realize that your value comes from within, people gossiping about you is honestly comical to me. Like, I laugh. I think if someone were to call me out about something, or whatever, I would laugh in their face. And that would probably result in them attacking me or whatever and like us actually getting into a fight. But I would definitely laugh because, guys, we don't have the time. We simply don't have the time. And who wants to waste the energy fighting someone you don't even care about? It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Sorry. And that's just, once again, going back to the fact that if you didn't care so much about what they said about you and what they've been gossiping about and what have you, you don't even have to waste your energy on them because they're out of sight, out of mind. Are they in your general circle? Are you hanging out with them all the time? Bitch, get away from them. Simply get away. What? You can choose to just simply never see them again in your entire lifetime. If you guys don't vibe, if you don't like them, if they don't like you. Stay away from me. Hello? Hello? So it's just so important that, once again, I feel like a lot of the times people fight because they're like, I gotta defend my respect. I gotta this. I have to up my street cred, or I gotta make sure that no one thinks of me as a pussy or something. Hey, guy, once again, right there, actually, I need to make sure that no one thinks I'm a pussy. Why? Why does the opinion of other people matter so much to you? Who cares? The question here is, who cares? Okay, one more time. Who cares? That's my opinion on fighting. I just need to share that because it once again goes back to the fact that if you place too much value on what other people think and say about you, you'll probably get yourself into trouble, and that does no good. That literally does no good. Then you're just over here fighting people and what? I don't know, that's just my opinion, and I needed to bring that into it because that also has to do with the fact that you still care about what people think of you, so much so that you're willing to block out precious time to go fight this guy or go fight this girl. Anyway, I digress on that subject. Probably there'll be another episode of fighting in general and how dumb I think it is, but for the sole fact of not caring what people think of you and having that relate to fighting, that's my opinion on it, and you'll never change my mind. I'll never think it's cool. It's weird. It's like a weird sentiment to me. With the fighting thing though, let me just go back really fast. With the fighting thing though, I'll understand it if someone physically hurt my family member or mentally has been abusing them, or emotionally been abusing them. That's that's when you get psycho Tiana, and that is where fighting is fine. Like, if someone is bullying my little brother or bullying somebody that I care about or bullying this or going out of their way to literally make someone's life a living hell, then catch me throwing the hands. Don't you ever. The fighting thing is not about looking like you're weak. If I don't want to fight you and they think that I'm weak, I don't care about what you think about me because, once again, I'm out here vibing. But if you were to hurt someone very close to me, I'm coming for you. Come here. I'm fucking coming for you. Okay? That's when the psychoness will come out, is if someone needs to be defended. And that's different. That's a whole nother different topic, honestly. But I just had to say that because I know that a lot of people will probably think, well, what if this person did something wrong to a close family? Yeah, in that situation, there's different situations. But for the most part, if it has to do with you, like you are in the center root of the drama, or quote unquote drama that's happening, you should probably choose not to fight them because who cares about them? Disregard, trash, in the trash bin. There it goes. Opala, okay? Opala means trash in Hawaiian, if anyone doesn't know that. Opala that mofo. Trash that mofo, okay? We don't need them. We don't. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Focus on your goals. But what I just recently learned in regards to that, of caring what other people think, it's actually deeply rooted in our primal beginnings as human beings on this earth. Because when we were hunting and gathering and doing things like that, that is when we needed to be a part of the pack. We needed to. Because if you weren't part of the pack, you'll either get left behind and die, because then the resources were very, very limited. So therefore, we have been so deeply conditioned and rooted in the fact that we must either conform or die. That's like really dramatic for right now, but that is where that belief comes into play, and that's where that value on what other people think matters so much. Because if you were now ostracized or kicked out of the fucking colony or whatever they were doing back then, you would probably die, because you don't have the people, you don't have the resources, you don't have the abundant nature of everyone being around, you don't have that protection anymore. It's just you yourself. You'll probably die, right? So that is where caring so much about what other people think comes into play. And then obviously social media, comparisonitis doesn't help that sentiment. Wow, why did I feel like I was some sort of frog when I said help just now? But isn't that crazy? It's actually stemming back to when we were first on this freaking earth and we were hunting, gathering, protecting, trying to survive. And so for survival purposes, we had to make sure that we were in the group, and not only in the group, we contributed to the group in order to live. And so therefore, the opinions of other people mattered for us. But obviously, we're in the 21st century now. We are not hunting and gathering anymore, but those values are still deeply rooted and deeply conditioned in our head, and that's why we care so much. And that's where it comes from. Fun fact of the day. So that actually brings me into a very important differentiation. Oh my God. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Differentiation. Sometimes, guys, super side note, I come up on these words like tarantula is really hard for me to say. Most of the times I say tralantula with like TR. Anyway, super side note about me. There are very few words that I can't really say that much. Like my brain just does a weird hiccup. Apparently differentiation is one of those words. So I need to make this differentiation, there we go, kind of, I guess, between caring about people's opinions of you and then simply not caring about how you make other people feel. For example, if you're a complete douchebag, like literally just a pile of shiz on the ground, and you are treating everyone with disrespect, you're making everyone feel really shitty when you're around, you're a nightmare to your family, you're a nightmare to your friends, you're never showing up for anybody, and you're just scum, honestly, at that point. Scum can always be revived and turned into not scum anymore. But at this point in time, your current state is scum. And people are all trying to tell you, like close loved ones are trying to tell you, hey, I would just appreciate it if you treated us better. Or I would just appreciate it if you didn't yell as much. Or I would just appreciate it if you were to stop being such a D-hole. But then you're like, wait, hold on. Tiana said not to care about other people's opinions, so therefore I'm actually not going to listen to them. Guys, wrong. You should always, I'm going to emphasize this, always care about how you make other people feel. You should always care about that. You should always want to treat people with respect or try to bring light, even if they're a shitty person, into the conversation. And if they're a shitty person, leave them. So it's super important that you are self-aware enough to understand and look in the mirror and figure out, wait, hold on. Am I the problem? Are all my friends and family coming to me because I am doing shitty things? Question mark? And in that situation, their opinion matters because they're just simply saying, hey, you treat us shittily, please stop. And so then you need and you must hear the hard truth so that you can in turn, what is happening downstairs? So that you can in turn become a better person yourself. That also goes back to having a very close and genuine and authentic circle, because then you know that they're coming from a place of, hey, we're worried about you, or hey, you're actually doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, so that you can become a better and more aligned and fulfilled version of yourself. So there's a difference between not caring about what other people say about you and then treating people with respect and love and caring about how you make them feel. So one is opinions. You don't really care about their opinions of you. But if you're making them feel like ass and you're treating them badly, stop that. Knock it off. You're not cool for doing that. Be a good person. So that is just the quick contrast that I would like to make in this podcast, because I feel like it's really, really important that we understand that self-awareness plays such a huge part in weeding out if this opinion is, oh, is this someone's opinion of me? Like, are they projecting their own insecurities on me? Or am I the issue? And do I need to work on something so that I can better myself in the future? So that self-awareness piece is so critical, so that you're not out here looking like a damn fool and everyone being like, wow, I really hate being around Tiana. She sucks. Like, what is her deal? That's not what we want. That is not what we want at all. So you should always care about how you make everyone feel. However, you shouldn't care about everyone's opinion of you. All right? And that brings me into such a key part in caring about what other people think. And with all of that in mind, here's a question that I want you to ponder a little bit. Okay, ready? Is your life right now someone else's vision? Are you living out someone else's vision of what your life should be? Let me explain. Are you currently in med school when you don't have a passion for med school, but you need to because your parents told you so? Are you in a certain field right now because of what family members or friends are doing, and you simply want to conform so that you can be accepted and loved by your family members or friends or close circle or by your peers or by whatever? Let's take a sec. Deep breath. Oh, that was really nice. Second deep breath. All right. I'm going to ask it again. Are you living out someone else's vision of what your life should look like right now? And we all know that cliche thing that Disney Channel always does. I feel like that's one of their only prompts that they work off of in the Disney Channel scene is, quote unquote, sorry, let me go ahead and get into character real quick. Let me just adjust myself on my seat. Here is the prompt of most of Disney Channel's movies. It's not my dream, Dad. It's yours. Cue Troy Bolton. That's who I got that nice little segment from, that little piece reading that I just did. It's not my dream, Dad or Mom. It's yours. And then they walk off stage or they walk off wherever, and then they go live their freaking dreams. Hella corny, hella cliche, but they actually got a point there, because I totally understand that when you are starting to navigate life and when you're starting to make decisions and when you're starting to start your career or go into a certain major in school, the opinions of everyone else around you really do weigh on you, because at that time you're not really sure what you want to do. You're still kind of trying to figure out what makes you passionate, what makes you so excited to get up in the morning, what avenue you want to pursue, and what is going to get you to your dream reality, right? Everyone is still trying to just figure it out in those ages. Also, maybe even in later ages, not only 18 to 25 or 18 to 28 or whatever. There are some people still trying to figure out and gathering opinions from everybody else, trying to guide their life into a fulfilled direction because they never listen to their intuition in the first place. They listen to everyone else's opinion before theirs. And that's why they're living a life that wasn't designed by them. They're living according to someone else's idea of what they should be doing. And here is what I have to say about that. I know that the fear of disappointing your loved ones is real. Oh, it is. It is heavily real. It is me. I am she. I am it. The fear of disappointing your family when you love them so dearly is terrifying. I get that. I understand that. I've been there, bitch. I've been in your shoes. However, though, you need to understand that you don't want to be living your life to someone else's standards of you, someone else's vision for your dreams and for your life. You don't want to do that because you're trying to line yourself up with something that doesn't work. That's not for you. Okay? You're trying to fit into this little mold. So let's say, you know what? We all went through this. When we're trying to learn our shapes and like the triangle freaking thing goes into a triangle mold or a triangle hole, and the circle goes into a circle hole, and the fucking square, trapezoid, whatever goes into its designated hole, right? But when you are trying to live based off of somebody else's vision and goals and dreams projected onto you, imagine that you're a triangle. You're trying to fit through a freaking circle, okay? You're trying to fit through a circle, and it doesn't work. So you as a triangle are probably going to think to yourself, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. I have to keep trying. Like maybe if I just keep trying to push through this circle hole, I'll get through and then I'll finally be happy with my life, or I'll finally be content. I'll finally feel fulfilled. Maybe I'm just not trying hard enough. But bitch, you're a triangle, okay? You are a triangle. You are not a circle. You're not a circle. You can't fit into it no matter how hard you try. And that is why you are not feeling fulfilled. It's because you are trying to fit into a mold that isn't for you. And let's say you accomplish those great things. Let's say that someone in your family, your mom, dad, brother, sister, wants you to be a doctor super bad. Let's say you finally become a doctor and you're just like doing your doctor thing, putting on your freaking gloves and sterilizing and shit. And you've reached the highest ranks of being a doctor. You're acclaimed by a lot of people. Acclaimed? I don't even know if that's the right word in this situation. You're respected by a lot of people in your profession. You are doing the damn thing. You are doing it. But you're still not happy. You're still not happy. You still don't feel fulfilled. You still don't feel aligned. That shit right there is terrifying. Is terrifying to me, because even if you do reach those goals that someone else set out for you on your path of life, even if you do reach them, once you reach them, you probably don't have a lot of pride in them. Obviously, it's like, woo, yay me, like I did that shit, yay. Oh my gosh, my elbow just cracked. Woo, yay me. I finally accomplished the thing that I've been set out to do. I finally accomplished what I wanted to do with my life. And what everyone else was telling me to do, I finally did it. And you realize, oh my God, I never even wanted to do this in the first place. I did not set out those goals for myself. So now I'm not happy. That wasn't even your vision. You just accomplished someone else's vision for your life, and now you're not happy in it. And now this is what kind of gets scary. Is that now that you're in that profession, let's say it took you 8 years to become a doctor. Now you're like in your mid 30s or whatever, you're in mid 40s. Whenever you reach those immaculate goals that were set out for you, and now you're older. And so if you're older, it gets harder to break free of the life that you already created for yourself. Why can't I say that? For the life that you created for yourself. It's hard to walk away from all this hard work that you put into this to go and pursue something completely different. And I know that there are people out there who are amazing and artistically gifted and all of the things, but I'm pretty sure you've heard this. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard this. Art doesn't pay well. Doing creative things doesn't pay well. You'll never be successful if you do this. You'll never be successful if you do this. Hey, I would just have to say bullshittery to that, okay? If it makes you happy, if it makes you feel fulfilled, if it makes you feel like your freaking soul is on fire and you're so happy doing it, do it. Simply freaking do it. This is such... Guys, Oh my gosh, I'm getting so riled up over here because it is such a short life. We literally, tomorrow is not promised, which you can look at that in a very cynical way. Like, tomorrow's not promised. I'm all nervous. Like, we could die any day now. But I choose to look at it as that every single day is a fucking blessing. Every single day. Every time you wake up, arise, you open your eyes, it is such a blessing to be alive. And so utilize that day. Utilize that week. Utilize the freaking month. Like, every single day, take it step by freaking step. And if you try to be your most aligned self every single day, you show up consistently as, this is me, this is who I am. This is me, this is who I am. And I'm not saying that don't evolve. Obviously, what do I say after every episode? I hope that we can grow and evolve together. So that would be contradictory. I'm saying, like, even if you're a different person, aka you have now gained a new perspective in life on a next day, go ahead and show up the most you every fucking day, because it's not promised. Nothing is promised. And so if you keep showing up as your most fulfilled and aligned self consistently, you will eventually develop and manifest the life that you've always dreamed of and the life that is fulfilling. Why? Because you're already living it. You're living it out every single day. And eventually you're going to accomplish those fulfilled and aligned goals that you, yourself, not anybody else, that you wanted for your life. And then you're going to be able to live that life every single day and know that this life that you created, whether that be with a ton of money, extravagant things, traveling, being a staying at home mom, being this, being that, everyone has their own vision of success. And so if you personally figure out what you feel inside here makes you the most fulfilled and the most quote unquote successful in your life, you are going to create it. You are going to manifest it. And don't let anybody fucking tell you other goddamn wise, okay? Because it's not their life. Whose life is it? Who let the dogs out? Whose life? It's yours, okay? It's fucking yours. And so therefore, the opinions of others does not have to influence you so much so that you change your entire life perspective because of that. You should not care what other people think. And I am not coming from a place of, I never care what people think. No, you're probably saying, all right, Tiana, that's great. You telling me that I shouldn't care about what people think, like, that's amazing. But like, how do I stop? How do I stop caring about what other people think of me? It's so deeply ingrained, just like you said. What's my first step in stopping that thought process? And I'm going to have to be honest with you. I have not fully stopped caring about what other people think, because that's just how we're conditioned. That thought comes out into my head all the time. When I started this podcast, I thought that exact same thing. I was wondering, oh my gosh, would anyone even listen? Would anyone even care about it? Will I make a difference that I wanted to make? All of these doubts, all these self-doubts, limiting beliefs came into my head. And one of the big reasons was, I wonder what people are going to think. Are people going to like it? Once again, other people's opinions. And to that, I would just like to give you this piece of advice that has really helped me to stop caring about what other people thought of me at every single decision that I made, is ask yourself this question. So let's say you have another business adventure. You have something in the works. You have a dream, a vision of what you want to do. Ask yourself, what is holding me back? What am I so concerned about? And if the number one excuse that comes up is, I don't want people to think of me in this way, or what are people going to think about me if I do this, or if I make this decision, or if I look this way on social media, or if I do that, do it. Start there. If one of the biggest reasons behind not starting something that seems fun or seems like something right up your alley or whatever is because you are afraid of what other people are going to think, do it. That's your ego talking. Your ego is over there self-doubting yourself, limiting beliefs up the goddamn yin yang. And you need to take that jump because you are worth it. And you can obviously be grateful for your family and your parents for raising you, all that stuff. But you need to remember this. My life is mine. My life is mine. Say it in your head, out loud, wherever, whatever you're listening, whatever platform. My life is mine. My life is mine. My life is mine. The only way that people can hurt you, the only way that people can keep you down, can keep you grounded in something that you don't want to be doing, can keep you in an occupation that you don't want to be in, is because you let them. It's because you are letting them. Take your freaking power back. You are amazing. You are handsome. You are beautiful. You are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are limitless. Your potential is sky high, bro. It is through the damn roof, all the way up to whatever planet. I don't even know. Past Pluto, galaxies. You are such an incredible being. And the moment that you start believing that, and the moment that you take your power back from other people's opinions, is the moment that you start living your most aligned and fulfilled life. Please, always remember, you are divine. You are enough. You shouldn't care about what anyone has to say about you as long as you know you. You're gonna mess up. You are. But as long as you're operating from what? A place of integrity and authenticity and genuine vibes, that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that freaking matters. Your life decisions should be yours. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. Oh man, that was intense, honestly. My desire out of this episode is to reach as many people as I freaking can, because this message is so powerful and so important in this world right now, especially now. Little call to action for you guys. Anyone listening to this podcast episode and you feel that something resonated with you, please share, leave a review, share this on your social media, share this with your friends and family, share this with anyone that you feel needs it right now. Share it with someone that's really down in the dumps and you care about them, but you just don't know how to have that tough conversation yet. Girl, sis, brethren, I got you. Have them play me in their ear and let me tell them what you want to tell them. I love you guys so freaking much. We're already past 200 downloads at this very moment in time. So I just want to say thank you. I had no idea that it was going to grow this fast. And I just can't even wait to continue on with this journey with you all. In the meantime, go out and live your most aligned and fulfilled life. Because why? Because you effing deserve to. All right. Have an amazing rest of your day. Can't wait to talk to you on the next freaking episode. All right. Majalos. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me today. My biggest hope is that you resonated with something here and it inspires you to incorporate it into your day, your week, your month, your year, and ultimately your life. Always remember, the world benefits when we're all operating as our most authentic, genuine, and fulfilled selves. I love you so much and can't wait to grow together on the next episode. In the meantime, get out there and live your truth.